All right. So SNEAKO made a video called "Is It Okay to Be Fat?" And I figured since I am the residential fat person of the whole world, that I can answer this question. The answer is ew. No, the answer is like, yeah, it's okay to be like it's okay to be like toxic, I guess you could say. Not toxic, but like obviously if you're fat, like you have you're exhibiting like negative behavior, you probably have some level of food dependency. What I will say is, like, it's fine to be fat. Like, it's fine to smoke cigarettes. It's fine to have, like, an alcohol dependency. It's fine to do, like, bad things. Obviously, you shouldn't do bad things. Like, I mean, hot take, right? But, like, it's fine that you are those things. It's always good to encourage people to move in, like, the right direction when it comes to, when it comes to, like, eating habits or really just anything. Yeah, so, like, it's okay to be fat. But also, like, you know, do your best to, you know, correct. I guess you say correct that behavior. Try to, you know, be a little bit better for your own sake, really.
Be fat?
Oh, yeah, I love fat women.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fat, so yeah.
My mom's a little fat. Here you go.
Do you put on makeup for yourself or for other people?
Deep. I mean, like, what's the... I wonder what the... Because SNEAKO doesn't never seem to go into, like, why he asks these questions. Because the tone suggests that he's, like, trying to criticize women for wearing makeup. You don't really know. But that's, like, the tone suggests that. Like, he's just trying to take shots at women for wearing makeup. I mean, realistically speaking, women wear makeup to look good. It's mostly for their self-esteem. However... it's like usually not that deep. Like, so a woman will know, like, okay, if I dress this particular way, I'll feel better about myself because I know I look good based on like society's like perspective, and I know people will look good. So you do wear makeup. What do you ask for yourself?
Do you make up for yourself or for other people?
It's like, yeah, you're wearing makeup for yourself because the reaction you're like expecting to get from other people is like, oh, you look good, or like, you know, you look good. So that's what that would really be. But okay.
Do you have a racial preference when you're dating?
No.
No.
Yes, African American women.
Why do you
Nice.
say that?
I can't. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I want to. I can't because I don't know where this. I can't.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you never know what you get canceled for nowadays, am I right?
All right, man. Welcome back to the 1 Minute Podcast. We're here next week by popular demand. Today we're talking about beauty standards. I'm going to ask people if they think it's okay to be fat.
Oh, let's say beauty standard. Okay, yeah, I guess that's a beauty standard.
And other things, among other things, because I don't
Among
want to
us.
hurt anybody's feelings. But is that your train?
Yeah, but it's all right. I'm going to work.
Okay.
I'm a trainer.
You're a trainer.
Wow, the trainer is taking a train. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Do you think it's okay to be fat?
I mean, yeah. I think whatever makes you... I don't like really the word fat.
What do you prefer, like big boned, wide framed, chunky?
Obese, chonker, pig. Sorry.
I feel like it puts this like negative connotation on people who are like a little bit heavier, a little bit larger.
That's just a word. I think.
Large. We should say large.
I think it's just like it's okay to be like. I mean, you say like a BBW, but like I think fat is okay within context. Like it's fine.
Yes, no,
Bag
there's
it.
like
That sounds more offensive to me.
Humongous, thick. There you
There's
go.
no friendly way to say it.
There really isn't. I think we just need to stop looking at the shape of people and trying to put a label on it and kind of just like let people.
Is that realistic to expect?
It's just like kind of dumb. I don't know what you're saying. Like I think it's okay to be fat. You just offended, but it's one of those. And this woman seems totally fine. She seems like a nice person, but it feels like she's offended for me. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't need to be offended for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fat. It's not that big of a deal. He's being respectful when he asks the question. You don't have to be like, oh, I feel like it does this. It's like, okay, but like it doesn't really. Like, I think that you're, you know, I don't think it's that deep. Okay? I don't think it's that deep.
That we not put a shape on people. I think we're always going to judge people.
Yeah, but I'm an optimist,
You think
so
this contributes
in
to
my
this?
ideal world,
That doesn't exist.
yeah.
What do you do in the morning to feel good about yourself?
Eat.
I actually do my exfoliating with Clean and Clear.
Nice.
And then I put on red lipstick for MAC.
Do you think it's okay to be fat?
Well, temporarily, I think it's a good standard. It's a good standard.
What's that
It's a good
mean?
standard to be fat? Why do you say that?
What does she mean by that?
It's more cushion for the pushing.
It's what?
More cushion for the pushing.
Okay.
You mean like cuddling?
Yeah.
Well, fucking.
So there's more of you.
A lot of me. All this peaches and cream.
What's her name?
Patrick.
I like their response. You know, what are you supposed to say? Like, what do you do if you're a fat person, like on the spot? What the fuck are you supposed to say? Nah, you know, I use food as a coping mechanism when I'm happy or when I'm sad, and it's really toxic. Like, that's what are you supposed to say there? You know what I mean?
So I'm SNEAKO.
So,
Do you think it's okay to be fat?
You know, I used to not think it was okay to be fat.
okay, cool.
But you know what, man? I guess it just depends on your timeline. You know, if you extend your timeline a little bit long and realize that we're here for a very, very short time, I just kind of stopped caring. You know, but I used to.
I mean, you can just apply that to anything. Like, yeah, racism isn't good, but if you really think about it, we're here for a long time. Who really cares? We're not here for a long time. Who really cares? You know what I mean? Like, you could apply that to anything.
I used to feel that way for sure.
Do you think that maybe short people have a shorter amount of time? Fat people have a shorter amount of time because, you know,
Maybe.
diabetes and.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, short time. You know, I mean,
time.
to me, it made me feel like, you know, go ahead and
Wait, why the fuck was this a Moab at like round 35? What the fuck's happening?
get them up out of here. You know,
Oh, wow. So you were
for sure.
on that subreddit, Fat People Hate?
No, I was on the MISC bodybuilding thread.
Yes. How the fuck, dude? That would have been my next guess. Misk. Like, fucking, this guy's aware, bro. He's a fucking absolute sick. He's a fucking sick cunt, mate. You know.
So I was, you know, but you know, I just pay no mind to it. You know, I kind of mind my own business. I realize we're here for a short time. So,
And that negative energy is not really necessary.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Well, I hope you don't miss the train. You seem very.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, if you think it's bad, like, that's fine, but like, there's no real reason to like publicly explain that or exclaim that as like when there's a fat person. Like, you're gross. Like, oh, thanks. You know.
puzzled.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Great.
So, what book are you reading?
She's very close to him. It's making me uncomfortable.
I'm reading Rigged in Your Favor. It's a Christian book.
Wow.
So, nothing about beauty standards.
No, Jesus was a good-looking guy.
Well, we don't know. But actually,
Well, I mean, Jesus might have been non-binary. You don't know.
the Bible says he was beautiful, so
Yeah, he had a little 8-pack going. That crucifix must be really good for your core, you know.
I think so.
Oh my God.
Considering the
Jesus
images
Christ.
we've gotten.
It was ripped.
He was a sick cunt.
Do you think it's okay to be fat?
Yeah.
Sure.
I've got fat relatives. I don't think I'm so skinny. Anecdotally, I know of people who are very overweight who outlive all their skinny friends. So it's not like, because I'm older than you, you know.
Maybe.
people-
You are? Well, anecdotally, that might be true, but in general, it's probably not the healthiest for you.
I'm sure. Statistically, I'm sure I'm totally wrong.
Pretty sure most doctors would agree.
I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, how you doing? Look, we got the same sweater on. Do it. Yeah.
Oh, what's up? This is meant to be, right?
Yeah.
What's your name? You don't have to say your name if you don't want to. They'll give your government.
Just call me Jay.
Do you think it's okay to be fat?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I love fat women.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's your preference.
No. My preference is women who like me back, but
Be fat women.
9 out of 18 times, yeah.
Nice.
9 out of 18 times?
Yeah.
Why'd you choose that fraction?
Because that's my body count.
All right. You'll tell your body count, but not your name.
This guy's quick.
Oh yeah, my name's Jonathan.
All right, now we're really getting personal
Oh,
now,
shit.
okay?
Okay.
Do you have a racial preference when dating?
All right, Jonathan. What's your social security number? Now that we're friends, what's your social security number?
Well, I've only been with white, black, and Spanish. West Indian, you know, big up Trinidad, big up Guyana.
It sounds like he's been with like every type of woman in the world. He's like, I've only been with every other woman.
No Asians?
I mean, I try to get with an Asian girl, but you know, she was like royalty. She didn't let me inside the box, so I'm
He's just clicking the boxes, bro. I'm living through this, man. I'm living through this guy.
trying to bust a lick with the box.
That's one of the good thing about finding the love of your life is that you feel happy, but the bad thing is that you can't slam any puss anymore. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't want to do that.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Where you head to? I'm good.
The ball came out on my nose ring, so I got to get another one, and then I'm going up to shoot something. I'm a filmmaker.
Oh, you are? Me too, kinda, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're talking about beauty standards. You think it's okay to be fat?
Well, I'm fat, so yeah.
I like that.
I like the way he's carrying his fanny pack. I might have to steal that. I might have to steal the way he's. I like this. I like this aesthetic.
The acceptance. I don't. You're all right.
I'm deal. It's New York. Everyone's like 90
that.
pounds. So I'm like chunkier, but I'm also tall.
You're New York fat, but everywhere else you're killing it.
Yo,
True.
I'm from Georgia.
That's true.
I am slim as fuck down there.
Georgia, you can walk anywhere and you're like, what's your fucking secret?
Yes, sir. I'm a 00 down there. I think you should be like.
You know what's interesting though is like all those fucking hick states where there's fat people. It's always fat girls and skinny guys, or fat guys and skinny girls. Like there's no fucking in between, bro. It's crazy.
Good about your body and like be like healthy. So like people who just like sit around and they're like, oh, it's okay to be fat, whatever. I love me. I'm like, bro, take care of yourself.
Hit the gym, maybe.
Yeah, like
Eat a vegetable.
I'm not please. A little bit of kale, my guys.
You eat a big rush?
No, not at all. All right, let's see those guys. Oh, sorry.
That's all I can hold it.
How the fuck are you going to the subway and you're not in a big rush, dude? What are you doing? What are you there recreationally? You loser? Probably. I mean, that's probably pretty normal, but.
Then I gotta. Number one step of journalism. You gotta keep control of the mic, right?
Okay, control. It's the power right there. Yeah.
Do you think it's okay to be fat?
I think it's totally fine to be fat if you want to feel confident in yourself, as long as you know it's not affecting those around you to the point where, you know, you're kind of making it shadow what they think of you.
So you're for the fat
What does that mean? Like, are you saying like as long as you're on 600-pound life? Because I get that.
positivity thing?
Yeah, of course.
So we should encourage it?
Not encourage it. I think in some sense the ways, you know,
Wait,
have a sense of like no
okay.
shaming in it, but maybe feeling of constructive ways of helping people who want to get betterment of themselves.
We shouldn't shame them.
No.
Yeah,
when there's
true.
like things wrong about me, people have shamed the shit out of me and it fixed it. Does shaming work?
I mean, like, I think that legitimate data shows that that's wrong. That like shaming fat people for being fat doesn't cause them to lose weight. I think in general, it's one of those things. I think it's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, where if you tell somebody they're a thing like enough, they're going to start to believe it, and they start to lean into the behavior. And I'm sure that's happened, like when people criticize you, but we also don't know like the context in which they criticize you or like anything like that. So, like, we don't really know. But I would say that I'm pretty sure that the data suggests that like bullying people is not good, because that's what it is. Like, fundamentally, it's bullying people, and people who are bullied have like worse outcomes in life compared to people who weren't bullied. If we're being absolutely honest here, it's the truth, because I know everything. I'm a smart boy. Okay, that's all I know is random factoids that don't really matter.
Isn't shaming kind of effective?
I guess that's a double standard right there, isn't it?
Do you go to the gym?
I do go to the gym.
Don't you fat shame yourself a little bit every time before you go?
Actually, mine's reverse. I was really skinny and I'm trying to put on weight.
Skinny shame yourself. You looking at me, oh, you fucking skeleton, you're your fucking dinky arms. Go to the gym, you piece of shit.
Exactly.
Don't those thoughts go through your brain?
Now and again, yeah.
So isn't that kind of shaming?
That is shaming, yeah. I guess that's a form of shaming.
Slightly effective, huh?
Yeah, it is indeed.
What's your name?
I suppose.
Say it again?
Lauren.
Lauren, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Do you put on makeup for yourself or for other people?
I like to think I do it for myself, but I think like you
Papa
can't
nut.
completely separate the two.
When you're sitting alone in your house, you're not putting on makeup.
Right, exactly. So I think that it makes you feel
I feel like some people do that.
better, but the reason that you feel better is because like you actually feel better about the way other people are going to perceive you.
You're looking at other people's perceptions of you, yeah.
It makes you
Racial
feel good.
preference when you're dating?
No, but I actually thought about this recently. I've never dated an Asian girl, but I don't know why.
Wow, come on. You
Look
look
at
like
why.
you look like you exclusively date Asian girls. Am I right?
Half Asian.
Yeah, what the fuck? But no, I don't really have a preference.
They seem to get along. You're white, right? You're a white dude?
I'm a straight up white dude. I don't have a preference.
You say I'm a straight white dude or I'm a straight up white dude?
Oh, I'm straight, but straight up too. So.
Straight up the ass. I got him. What the hell's
Yeah,
happening?
man. Hope it gets better.
Yeah.
But Asian girls seem to get along with you guys more than they do with me.
Really?
Yeah, Asian girls, they like white guys quite a bit.
Wow.
My friend Oz been dating this
Master race. Just kidding.
Korean girl for a while and just loves her to death. And he's just a regular ass white dude. Hey, I don't think he likes Asian people.
I don't think so either, man. I don't know what I did, but...
What the fuck you do?
Last question. What do you do to feel... Look, nice.
Yeah, I've never dated an Asian girl or a black girl. I think that's it. Was it Asian, black, white, Hispanic? What else is there? I don't know. It's unfortunate, brother.
It's cozy.
Shit. I love this.
This is so cute.
It's cute.
I don't think people should be yelling, man. We're bringing a little positivity, a little plant.
Come kick it.
Come.
Just sit down.
Nice.
Come vibe.
Can you bring a candle for us?
Come.
We should just be on a date right now, for real.
Yeah. You could be my first Asian.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Oh, you got a little stand and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Perfect,
You know what I mean?
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Neil.
Neil, nice to meet you.
My hand last time bar fight.
Oh, okay.
Forgive me.
What happened? What'd you do?
Oh, I smacked him up.
Why?
Because he hit me first.
Why'd he hit you?
Nice.
Well, here it is. You know, honestly, I think he was hating on me, man. And this is a friend of mine. I'm half over.
Oh
10
yeah,
years. I mean, I thought we were talking- we were saying we were talking about this.
indigenous Pacific Islander, sure.
We can talk about that, man.
This is more interesting to me right now. I'd like to hear the story.
here it is, man. Like, I've had friends, man, over the years, man, that I really think they've been jealous of me, man.
Jealous of what?
I have no idea, because I have nothing, bro. In terms of material, I got nothing, man. All I got is great
You got a nice watch, sir.
Nice watch.
Yeah, see?
It's a $10 watch, bro. Trust me.
Oh, nice.
Your hand looks fat.
Yeah, dude. Look at that. You see that, guys, man?
Sheesh.
I'm almost 50, bro. I ain't got no business be fighting nobody, man. I feel really bad, man, and it's just not right. So
It is what it is. All right, let me get into my questions now.
Your questions now.
I was trying to find a segue from the bar fight to beauty standards, but I couldn't find nothing.
Don't worry about it.
All right, do you think it's okay to be fat, like your hand?
Yeah.
That's the segue right there.
Okay. It's all right to be fat.
It's okay.
Yeah, why
Also,
not?
fat people need a segue.
A racial preference when you're dating?
Yes, African American women.
Why?
Because I don't trust white people.
Do you think that's kind of a racist belief?
No, it's a self what's the word?
Preservation?
Preservation thing. There you go.
Oh.
Um,
Isn't that somewhat discriminatory? Like only thinking, I know that you're not a government or anything, but discriminating other races so that you can only.
I have to date other races.
You don't have to.
I mean, like, this is a conversation. Like, I agree with the guy. Like, I think it's totally fine. I think it's fine in reverse, too. Like, I mean, I know that sounds shitty, but, like, I don't believe this. But, like, if you're somebody and you're like, oh, I'm kind of afraid of another, like, race of people, so I don't want to date them. Like, is it ideal? No. Is it kind of racist? Yeah, probably. Does it really matter that much? Like, probably not. Like, I think that people don't understand. Like, a lot of people, I think people in general tend to be, like, a bit racist in general. Like all across all races, it's kind of the way they are. A lot of times people like to stick to their own. I think it's good when people don't. But like, you know what? Like if you feel a certain way about a certain group of people, you know, is it right? No, but you know, do your thing. And I know people will be like, well, black people have more of like a reason to be afraid of white people versus the other way around. It's like, well, you know, from a systemic level, I guess so. Sure. I don't always think it's that deep. You know, I think at the end of the day, like you're allowed to experience like your experience, even if it's not ideal, as long as you're not disrespectful to other people. But yeah, I guess it would be kind of racist or something. I just feel like people would have a fucking meltdown, like, oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? It's like, bro, like relax. We don't have to fucking kill ourselves here. Like we'll be okay. Oh, dude, I cannot use my fucking sniper monkeys here. Sheesh. Damn, bro, this is fucked up. All right.
But shouldn't you be open-minded to?
I am. I said that, look, there's a different race right there. That's a beautiful woman right there. I don't want to date her, though. But I can appreciate her beauty, but why do I have to date her? I don't have to date her, bro. You're kind of trying to box me in on something in there.
All right, well, what about white? You say you don't trust white people. Isn't that somewhat of that's a racist belief?
Look at my skin color. You don't have a valid reason not to trust white people?
That's true.
Okay. I'll give you an example. Tuskegee experiment. Look, not even me. Just let's go back to Tuskegee experiment. How about that? You shouldn't trust white people neither.
Educate me. What's the Tuskegee experiment?
Tuskegee experiment was when they did a syphilis experiment on African American males. They injected them with the virus, and they told them it was in a placebo, and they told them that it was harmless, and they just sat there and just let them suffer through the effects of syphilis and watched them.
Or there's actually another example of this thing called slavery. So
die and just told them, hey, you know, we just want to see what's gonna happen. That's my train, man. I gotta go.
Thank you for the conversation. I'm so surprised that was a yes out of you. I did not expect that.
I was gonna say no, but I was like,
why? What do you?
Whatever. What you got to lose, right?
What are you profiling? I'm actually gonna look into that. Tuskegee experiment. What this is. Tuskegee Institute has been studied for the natural cause of syphilis. It was originally called Tuskegee study. That was now referred to. The study involved 600 black men. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so this guy didn't get the Tuskegee experiment correct, apparently, right off the bat. Tuskegee study of unrelated syphilis in the... Okay, well, I almost said the word. The black male. The study initially involved 600 black men. 399 of them had syphilis. 201 of them did not have the disease. Participants' informed consent was not collected. Researchers told the men that they were being treated for bad blood, a local term used to describe several ailments, including syphilis, anemia, and fatigue. In exchange for taking part of the study, the men received free medical exams, free meals, and a burial insurance. By 1943, penicillin was a treatment for choice for syphilis and becoming widely available, but the participants in the study were not offered treatment. Okay, that's the shitty part. Okay. So they didn't give them syphilis, but it seems like they did an experiment where they didn't get like consent, and they basically just like let black people die, even though the cure for syphilis was widely available. That's the shitty part. Okay, study was published as a result. It proved that the study was ethically unjustified. Results were disproportionately meager compared to the known risk. Human subject. The panel advised. Okay, monthly assistant secretary. Oh, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. Wow. It's still fucked up. It's not exactly the way that he displayed it, but it's still really fucked up, so it's like reasonable.
Literally nothing.
Do you have a racial preference when dating?
No. My boyfriend is extremely white right now, though.
Extremely white.
Right now. He'll change,
He's
though.
extremely white.
Like German.
Wow, he's white. Like, holy shit, that guy's Caucasian.
I'd say like the most white is like Polish or Irish, and Irish. Well, maybe Irish, like Polish probably, or Italian. You know, the most racist whites: Polish, Italian, maybe Irish. I don't really know about Irish. Polish and Italian, fucking super racist though, like 100%. And you know it's true.
Like blonde hair, blue eyes, freckles, the whole deal.
Nice.
Use Hitler look.
The Hitler
I didn't want to say
look.
it, but I had to say it.
I say it sometimes.
Whoa.
You're white, right?
You let him colonize you.
Kinda. I'm half Hispanic.
I knew it. I knew there was a little something spicy in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you never have a preference? You've dated other than Nazis?
I've dated people who are less white than him. But
Wow.
But only white guys.
yeah, I guess not because I have a preference. I guess it's
Maybe a little bit.
maybe subconsciously, which is like kind of messed up, but it's just what I've been around.
It's not really messed up. A lot of people think it's messed up. Like, what's so gives a shit? A fucking preference. You know, as long as you're not like ill. I mean, disgusting. You know what I mean? I guess that last guy kind of had that thought, but you know what I mean? Like, whatever, dude. Not that bad. Not that big of a deal. Okay.
Do you have a racial preference when dating?
No,
Not at all?
not at all.
Do you have friends who do? Do you know people who are like, oh, I only date Indian people?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a racist belief?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're perfectly good people of all colors, all races, and I think
Who cares?
you're automatically passing a judgment on people on how people look and not the character of the person. And it should have nothing to do with what color their skin is. It's just about the kind of person that they are. And I think
guess
it's
so, yeah.
extremely racist.
Extremely racist.
I don't think it's extremely racist to have like a preference. Like, is it a little racist? Probably, but like, fucking extremely racist. Like, I feel like we're getting a little too woke here. I also feel like the fucking nobody cares. Like, if you ask like a fucking like a black person, like, hey, are you offended that a white guy doesn't want to date you? Be like, I don't give a fuck. I hate white people. So like, who gives a shit? Like, it's again, it's like kind of one of those things where like you're offended for other people. It's kind of annoying. When you're like a fucking offended for someone else, you know, it's like fucking obnoxious.
Racist.
Yeah, you're
am I
passing
gonna lose?
judgment on a
Is this
whole
gonna
group
count?
of people who
Oh,
you
it
don't
does
even know
count.
just because you're like,
Fuck.
I don't really like the color of their skin.
Yeah, they're making a lot of logical reasons, but I did have a guy sit down here and said that he only dates black women because he doesn't trust white people and is a black man.
She's gonna say that's fine.
You know, everyone is entitled to their
racist opinions.
I guess. I think that's still racist.
Yeah.
It's kind of unpopular, but I think it goes both ways.
You're right. You're right.
I'm a Puerto Rican Jewish woman.
Whoa.
You're very New York. That's
I
the most New York mix I've ever heard. A Puerto Rican Jew. What's your name?
I've been considered Seth Rogen before people.
Yeah. Okay.
My name is Emmett.
Well, welcome, Seth Rogen. We're talking about beauty standards. Do you think it's okay to be fat?
Yeah. I would never consider myself fat, but I'm a girthy guy. You know, I'm chunky.
Girthy guy.
Yeah, you know,
Chunky.
The
You're looking
old-
good now. I would say
the
you're in
old
shape. Yeah.
chonker.
Were you ever like at a fat level? Were you more than chunky?
I mean, if we're talking like medically, I've never been like considered obese. You know, if that's what if like the medical diagnosis, no, I've never been considered obese.
How did you get out of that almost level to where you are
Hey,
now?
what's going on? How you doing? I'm up at like a weird time, and there's like different people coming and saying like, "Hey, I've never caught you before." It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I definitely gained a lot of weight in college just by stress eating. You know,
Nice.
that can be a
True.
thing. And I remember when I graduated
True,
and I shaved
true.
my beard. You know, like that was kind of like, damn, son.
You can't see your chin anymore.
Yeah, like where'd that go? You know, it was
son,
kind of like an odd surprise. But you know, I think I just kind of started hitting the gym, and I realized like for me, the gym became less of like something I have to do, and it's just
Shit,
kind of
what?
like a fun thing.
Nice
It's good for your brain. It's
just
Hey, thank you for the
resubscribed
resub,
for 4
brother.
months, Mr. Gump.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
good for your mind, and it's just a healthy process.
I think exercise can be healthy, but I think
It always is.
that's true. But I think what can be more damaging is the feeling that you have to do something. You know, I think that can be more damaging to your mental health in certain circumstances.
So you don't think we should fat shaming should not be a thing?
No, I don't think it should be.
Well, didn't you kind of fat shame yourself a little bit to go to the gym after you shaved your beard after college? Like, what was your motivation to go to the gym? Like, oh, you fat piece of shit, you should hit the gym.
Yeah, I mean, I think the motivation.
Well, no, but see, that's like a totally different thing. That's like not the same. So there's a difference between like my motivation is like, oh, I want to get healthier. Like I have to stop being a fat piece of shit. Like absolutely. But there's a difference between like telling yourself like you need to change and you need to better yourself and like motivating yourself versus other people just being like you're disgusting for your existence. It's not the same thing at all.
For me to go to the gym was ultimately because I felt like I wanted
to look better.
No, just kind of like I felt like I was just kind of more lethargic. You know, I didn't have as much energy, and I felt like ironically going to the gym kind of gives you a bit of that. you know. And you know, now I realize like I got the beard, so I don't really got to worry much about the whole chin shape. Like that's like beard's like makeup for guys essentially, you know. So this thing ain't coming off anytime quick.
You grow the beard for yourself or for other people?
I think I grew up for myself. I've grown to like it. But it's a good question. I mean, there's part of me that's kind of afraid to shave the beard because maybe, you know, my chin isn't as sharp as it used to be. So I think it's a complicated question. And I think maybe the problem is that we use the word fat shaming, you know, that maybe people feel like they're pressured to lose weight because it feels like something they have to do. And if we spent more energy pushing that concept of weight loss in a positive way, into something like, look, this is a positive thing that you can do, that you can fit into your schedule instead of this is something you have to do, then I think more people would be open to it. Because right now, I know so many of my friends where if I talk about the gym, they're like, man, I haven't been in the gym. And because living in New York City, it can be hard, especially if you're paying rent, you have to work, you don't have the time. And a lot of the jobs that people work aren't necessarily conducive to weight loss.
They're not,
you know?
they're a little
The most
suspicious.
effective thing for me, like I used to been really, really skinny, like stupid skinny. And people used to make fun of me, call me a skeleton, like put their hand around my arm and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, you got to fix that. I don't want that to happen anymore. I kind of got shamed into working out. My opinion is that
This is like an outlier, generally. Like
shaming is the most effective way. I guess saying that, like encouraging people to go to the gym should, I mean, it's a nicer way to do it, but is it as effective? In my opinion, no. Because then you're thinking like, all right, well, yeah, I'll do it. We'll do it next week. Or, all right, yeah, we'll buy some workout clothes.
Well, then there's a way to be encouraging without being like a pussy. Like you'd be like, hey, you should go. Like, you know, it just depends on the context. You know? I don't think that the whole bully narrative is particularly effective. But okay.
You know, I'll walk a little bit. But like when I felt the pressure and people were trashing me, it's like, all right, you got to do something about that.
Yeah. But that's what works for you. Shaming doesn't work for me. Like shaming never worked for me. My mom used to always be like, hey, maybe you should lose some weight, and that never worked. The only time I really started going to the gym was when I decided something I wanted to do for myself. So it really depends. I think for a lot of people, shaming can have the reverse, like it did for me. Like it can really shut you down and make you feel bad for something that, you know, is not necessarily, I think, a core aspect of who you are.
The full unedited version of this podcast is available on my Patreon for $4, and today's video was sponsored by Filmora 9, an editing software that goes for just a one-time payment of $59.99.
Oh my god, do I use that? I do use that. I do actually use Filmora. How do you like that? All right. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, let's see. Fat shaming is harmful to health. It may drive weight gain. Said, okay, yeah. It seems like the studies don't help people lose weight. Yeah. So, anyway. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down in the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.